Once a week, Pete and his fellow Divine Truth follower Fabio hold a channeling to help spirits. Over dinner, Fabio talked to me about their communications with the spirit world.
So we're channeling one day, and a person came to talk, and was a young boy who was an actual suicide bomber.
It was the second day of the seminar, and I wanted to speak with more Divine Truth followers to help get a greater understanding of their choice of spiritual path, and to find out whether or not they actually unknowingly belonged to a cult.
I think I've been part of a cult before. I was part of a church, and I had a lot of rules and regulations about being in that church. You know, we weren't allowed to dance, we weren't allowed to gamble. And with AJ and Mary, there's, you know, if anything, they promote to you free will, but they explain to you, work out for yourself what's loving and what's unloving. You know, you'll feel the difference, and they're right, you do. You know, I don't know if you know, but I'm pretty mediumistic, and I practice mediumship, and it's been really nice to be able to talk to a person like AJ and Mary who can explain to me some of the things that I've had no answers for throughout my life. From, you know, visions that I didn't understand to addictions that I've battled and then tried to overcome.
Is there spirits around us now sort of helping with this or challenging in this interview?
Can you give me a minute to just feel about that? Yeah. Yeah. I can feel my God with me, just standing there. Probably because I feel a bit afraid. Our gods are really nice people, and they have a lot of love for us, and often just their presence makes us emotional.
So that's
The information that AJ and Mary, who are very advanced mediums, probably the most advanced mediums on the planet, the information that they've shared through their DVDs has...
Arian has recently turned to divine truth. She tells me that she's been plagued with spirits her whole life.
For me, this is fascinating because I hadn't met anybody that articulated how they felt about spirits and spirits going inside them and controlling them. So can you tell me what exactly happens and how do you change if a spirit is controlling you?
I've been shown phenomenal stuff from the spirits, such as an ancient henge, probably 350,000 years old, in Tasmania, and I've channeled a male Aboriginal spirit. So a man has spoken through my vocal cords. The positive side in some ways, and the negative side is being told you're made of titanium after you've crashed a car and sending you down a cliff and your face smashing in, your leg being ripped apart, and then thinking that you're fine. And
AJ and Mary were holding a 2-day seminar in a local town. I was keen to speak with the people that listened to their teachings to see if in fact AJ was a cult leader. It was soon apparent this was no amateur production. Though the seminars are free, AJ and Mary live by donation as to focus on spreading divine truth, and I'm told they use these funds to give to others and to distribute divine truth material. I saw no obligation to donate, but the people still did. AJ's teachings focused on people's emotional addictions, their fears of needing to be loved, to have control, their guilt, anger, and unless they confront and process these often extremely painful emotions, they will never be free, never know the truth that lies beneath, or feel the purity of their soul. I was interested to hear why, on the surface of it, people would choose such a painful spiritual path.
So can you tell me why you chose to find out more about the divine truth?
Basically because my life wasn't working. At this stage, our son had just died. Our son was stillborn, full term. And my partner just wanted to know. She just wanted to know why this thing had happened to our son. So she just went to a seminar on the Gold Coast. That's where we were living at the time. And she just went straight up to him. I didn't go because I was in judgment. I said, this guy saying he's Jesus. I thought, how arrogant is that? And what a wanker type thing. And not really realising now how arrogant I was, just prejudging someone. But, understandable because this is what's the whole world's going through. And being out here for 2 years now, listening and meeting him and having conversations, he's probably the most loving person I've ever met in my life. I mean, look, I have a part in the death of my son, and because I didn't know anything about God beforehand. So it's not about AJ at the end of the day, because he's just a person who's saying he's Jesus. And it's taken me 2 years to sort of be honest that maybe he is, but then not get hung up on that, because it's about the message and the truths.
And it must be very difficult to feel that you are, in part, responsible.
I met up with Pete, who follows divine truth,
but is also in close contact with spirits.
I think probably 2 or 3 was probably the first time I saw spirits. What generally used to happen, these spirits, I'd be going to bed like 3, 4, 5, 6, and they'd want to come and sit on the bed and have a chat. So, and some of them were really nice and some of them were really terrifying. As a child, like, your fear is that you're going to get overwhelmed with just thousands and thousands of people wanting to come and talk to you, and you're never going to be able to sleep for a start, because once you talk to one, then suddenly everyone knows that you can talk to them, and suddenly one after the other, they're coming for all different levels. These days with Google, like, it's awesome. You know, you can talk to a spirit and then Google it later. So I think at the moment as a world, like, we just don't realise actually the pressure that the average person is under from spirits who are constantly at them. You know, like, obviously there's a lot of good that comes from it, but, you know, we're totally oblivious to really what's happening.
How do people leave themselves open to be attacked by spirits?